Oh my god. Oh no. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm AvidGamer. Now, apparently YouTube's got this algorithm where if you swear within the first 30 seconds you get demonetized and stuff. And I'm figuring if you watch the finale of Game of Thrones, you spent 56 minutes approximately of that episode with no dialogue. So you can wait around another 20 seconds for me to begin. I mean, what the fuck was that? What the like, just no. Bran as the king. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Alright, like, I don't even know where the fuck to begin on this goddamn disaster that was the final episode of Game of Thrones. Now I know there's a few people out there that said they haven't watched it on my channel, so if you're gonna listen to this, there's probably gonna be some spoilers. I think there was one just then at the beginning, so yeah, I apologise about that. So anyway, Game of Thrones. Yeah, Zan, I'm talking to you specifically. You go watch Game of Thrones before you listen to this episode, because I know you don't watch it, but I know you love it, or you will love it if you watch it. Just bear in mind, seasons 1 to 4 are the best. 5 and 6 are not too bad. They kind of got a couple of book ideas in there and that. But after that, the books are dead. Game of Thrones are dead, and everything's just gone to shit. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, foreshadowing and like character arcs. Just, yeah, they're gone. Zan, if you're still listening, by the way, you better go. I'll find out if you watch this. Right, so anyway, now that Zan's gone, I can carry on. Right. What, like, I mean, I don't know where to start with this. I mean, alright, there's a few things people have flipped out about on the internet. Like, people have been saying about Dany, like Daenerys, Khaleesi, my queen. How she flipped out and it wasn't really, like, done very well. And I agree it wasn't done very well, but there's other people out there that saying, like, what the fuck, this came out of nowhere, like, why did she flip, kind of thing, why did she go crazy? You know, she went cray, and you know, all I've got to say to that is, do you remember when she crucified some people? Yeah, just let that sink in. She crucified some people, yeah? Alright. Oh, but they were slave owners and shit like that. I don't give a fuck who they was. Do you think Ned Stark would have give a fuck who they was? No. Do you think Ned Stark would have fucking crucified them? No. Ned Stark would have just chopped their heads off and had it done with. Yeah? She nailed them to a piece of wood pointing the way to where she lives. Like the towns you just took over. I don't know the goddamn name of it, but that's what she did. She nailed all the slavers, pointing the road to dictatorship. You know, so I haven't got any problem with the Daenerys like going crazy bit, alright? But I will agree that they kind of rushed it. They definitely goddamn rushed everything in these final few episodes and that. They rushed every single thing you could think of. They skipped over so much. And then some of the stuff they skipped over was just like too important. Like, you know, we've been waiting for Jon to reunite with his family. Like Arya and what's the other one? Sansa. Yeah, I remembered. Alright, don't look at me like that. But what was I saying? See, this is all your fault. Right, we were waiting for Jon and that to, like, you know, tell them that he was you know, half Stark, half Targaryen, you know, and they cut away from it. They goddamn cut away from it, you know. I could have just... Woosa. Right. I don't know where I'm going with this, honestly. Like, I've been holding this in for a goddamn week. A goddamn motherfucking week, alright? And I'm not the kind of person to not say something when something pisses me off to the greatest extent where I just can't stop thinking about it. I mean, alright, I keep thinking, oh, should I do a video where I say about how things should have ended? And I'm like, no. Alright, if the story's gonna end like that, how they wanted it to end, right, that's how it's gonna happen. If George R.R. Martin decides that's how it's gonna happen, yeah, that's how things are gonna play out. Even if that's how it plays out, yeah, it's still a bit of a shit ending, alright? Bran shouldn't be king. Like, you know, if the show owners like HBO, like, I shouldn't even say HBO, you know, it's the producers, Dumb and Dumber, as people are calling them now. If they did the thing in where, what's his name, Bran says, oh, you know, I can't be lord of anything. If that was them and George didn't say that, if that's not part of George's brilliant plan, you know, and they've thrown that in there, and then George has come back later and said, oh, you know, he's going to be king, right? If that's what's happened, then fair enough. But they still done it in such a crap way on the show that it just didn't work for me. Just didn't work for me. What's the other one? Alright, there's loads of people complaining about Jaime Lannister's character arc, yeah? Alright, I don't know if I'm the only one out there that thinks this, but I think that was a perfect character arc for him. I didn't like it, but have you never seen one of these girls or guys out there, you know, who have been in one of these stupid fucking relationships, stupid abusive relationships, and they split up with these people for a little while, you know, they'll go meet someone else, they'll get on, it's all going well with that, and they're like, what? You went back to the bitch. You went back to the bastard. What? Look, what? What? I mean, that shit happens all the fucking time, man. That shit happens all the time. Like, so to me, that was just like, oh, that makes sense. You know? Like, so I haven't got a problem with the Jaime Lannister thing. You know, like, you could change that, like, whatever, like, you know, I would rather, like, maybe they escaped and Cersei was still alive, like, you know, and there's a possibility of, like, some kind of future threat. I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, but I'm right, no, I can't change nothing. It has to end like how they wanted it to end, alright, but we're gonna make it better. We can make it better. Jon should have been king though. Why are you gonna foreshadow all that motherfucking crap about the prince and him being king? Alright, woosah. Alright, we're not changing anything. Jon's going back to the wall. Alright. So we're making it better, but we're not changing anything. Right. So you foreshadowed. No, alright, we're moving on. Right. So Daenerys burns down the goddamn King's Landing and all that crap, alright? I haven't got a problem with that. Like I said, she crucified people. You know, I see that coming from like season 2, you know. From season 2, I was like, this bitch is cray. So how anyone else didn't spot that, you know, I don't know. Like, maybe they were just Khaleesi fans, like, you know, and that's fair enough, you know, like, but, you know, the show's about the Starks. It was always about the Starks, not about Bran, no, because he was the enormous character in it. Maybe in the books he's interesting. Maybe at the beginning when he became the Three-Eyed Raven, he was a bit interesting and stuff, but they did nothing with it. Woosah. I can feel my heart raging. Oh, god damn it. It was so disappointing. Right, but we're not changing anything, alright? Daenerys has burned down the goddamn city. Jon's all like, oh, she's my queen. And, you know, he needs, like, Tyrion, the smartest guy, like, in the world, like, Westeros or whatever, Bravos, Westeros, Planetos, whatever you want to call it, like, HBOs, I don't know, right? But basically, Tyrion's had to explain to Jon Snow, who knows nothing, he literally knows nothing. She was right all along. You know nothing, Jon Snow. What a... Oh. So Tyrion's got to explain how burning down a city is a bad thing, you know? And yeah, so he eventually manages to convince him. And alright, we're not changing anything, right? But how could you have made the next few scenes that... Oh, god damn it! How the hell did fucking Grey Worm get there before Jon as well? How? How did he do that? He was about to murder the goddamn guy out in the street. Jon walked off towards wherever he was going, the direction towards where Dany was. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden Grey Worm's there in front of him. It's like, what is going on? Are we watching Star Trek now? Did he just get beamed up? Like... What the hell? Like, oh, this show has made me lose my mind. I can't, like, I'm literally like, oh, Jesus Christ, like, you know. And I had arguments with people about, like, how Game of Thrones, like, went downhill and, like, I said Vikings was better. Like, no, Vikings, like, you know, it's not, you know, dramatic and, like, it's all, like, made up and shit. It's, parts of it are real and all that, and I'm like, yeah, but at least it's consistent bullshit, you know. When you start off good and then go downhill, that's worse than just being consistent, like averagely good. I'd rather watch something that's consistently averagely good, because then I have resolutions and stuff to think about, and I can, you know, I've got like a story that concluded. Now I just feel like, what was the fucking point in watching that whole goddamn thing? For all this foreshadowing to, oh, right, we're not changing nothing. Right. So Jon kills Daenerys. Alright. And it was pretty lame. Alright. I knew it was going to happen. Like, it was, I see it a mile off. Alright. But we're trying to improve the scene. Alright. So, let's give a fitting ending for Dany and Dany's fans, like all the fanboys and fangirls out there for the Targaryen, well, I say Targaryen, but you know what I'm saying, Jon's Targaryen too, right? But for the Daenerys fans, Khaleesi fans that wanted her to sit in the Iron Throne, and that's exactly what we're going to do. As Jon kisses her, he stabs her through the heart, and he lays her down on the Iron Throne, alright? How symbolic is that? She finally gets what she wants, alright? Now, the goddamn motherfucking dragon comes in. And he says, he sees what's going on, you know. And Jon, you know, I've got two ways how this. Oh no, can I change it? Right, if I was changing it, I'd have Jon say Dracarys to the dragon to burn them, both of them as they're on the throne. You know, you want to subvert people's expectations? How about that one? Pow! You know, like. Both of them getting burned on the throne after Jon killed her, and then he dies because he loves her. Alright, I weren't convinced by that whole love story anyway, alright? But if you want to make a sad fucking ending, how about they both die, Romeo Juliet style, on the throne, both of them. They both get the throne, yeah? How's that for fucking happy endings? Alright, but we're not changing nothing. Cause I'm gonna get demonetized and stuff so fast on this video for swearing. I swear. I'll probably get blocked. Alright, but never mind. This needs doing. Alright, so we're not changing anything. We're just making it better. Alright, so Jon doesn't die. He doesn't get Dracarys at the thing at the end or whatever. But he lays Dany on the throne. Alright, that's kind of nice and symbolic there. Alright. So the dragon looks at Jon, looks at Dany, looks at the chair. Burns it. Oh my god, like, I hated that scene. I hated it. I don't care about the symbolism of melting the Iron Throne, like, you know, when he's just literally see Jon kill Dany and he's like, what's going on? You know, there should at least been some sort of power struggle between the dragon and Jon, you know. How about Jon's fireproof as well? And he tries to kill him by fire, and then he realizes he's fireproof because he's a true dragon. You know, how about that? Oh yeah, alright, fair enough. Jon burns his hand on the lamp in like season 1 or something. Is it season 1? Might be season 2. Season 1. Season 1. Alright, yeah, season 1. I'm going for it. So he burns his hand on a lamp, or lantern, whatever you call it. It's not a lamp, is it? It's a lantern. But, alright. But, you know, Dany was taking hot baths leading up to her getting into the fire, like really, really hot baths. You know, her maids were saying, "Oh, it's too hot, Khaleesi, it's too hot." You know, she was self-harming, basically. You know, having these hot baths, self-harming because her brother was an asshole, and like, you know, brothers are assholes. Like, you know, I've got a brother. Nah, my brother's alright, really, but that's another story. So basically, the dragon looks at Khaleesi, flies off, and all that stuff on the throne. No, that doesn't happen, alright? We're making things better. Alright, the dragon can fly off, he doesn't kill Jon, but he could have tried to kill Jon, but they have some kind of realization that he is a true blood. I mean, he kind of already knew it, alright? Because he'd been letting Jon ride the dragons, and no one rides the dragon, like, flies it. I mean, other people can get on it and that if they're allowed, but no one actually controls it unless they're Targaryen, right? That's supposed to be the thing. So, you know, he knows he's Targaryen deep down. Like, he might not like the fact that he just killed Dany, but he knows that he has dragon's blood, right? That's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be dragon's blood, right? Or have I just misinterpreted the whole thing? Nah? Alright, cool. So the dragon flies away, Dany's left on the throne, and then what happens then is like not Wormtongue, what's his face? That's the Lord of the Rings guy, Avid. Alright, we'll delete that out. Alright, Grey Worm. Alright, he comes in, because obviously he heard the dragon trying to burn down Jon, and sees what's going on. And then we get to see what actually happens, how Jon gets captured and stuff like that, how he surrenders himself. Why you wouldn't goddamn have that, I don't goddamn know, because I'm apparently not that clever, you know? Like, I'm so stupid, I wouldn't understand it, you know? I wouldn't understand why Jon handed himself in, or why Grey Worm would want to lock him up. I'm too stupid to understand it, so just tell me, yeah? Just tell me, you know? Tell, don't show, because that's the big secret to writing stuff, isn't it? And, like, making movies, you know? Making movies, what I meant to say, because obviously, if you're writing a book, you have to tell them. You could do pictures as well, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a writer, alright? I'm more of a philosopher of kinds. My kind. Right. The goddamn council meeting. So we skip to the council, and who the fuck are these guys? Why is Brienne on the council? She's not a lord. She literally just got knighted about 6 hours ago. Or like 12 hours ago or something. I don't know. Alright. She's literally just become a knight. And she's now making decisions for the realm. And like, the North getting independence in front of like the pirate chick. What's her name? Yara. She's just gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, you know, I had a deal with like the chick before, you know, who was supposed to be ruling, and then yeah, let's just forget about that. I'm not bothered about my people and my island and my future anymore. Let's just be ruled by this complete stranger that I just met. The Stark brother. Which is a goddamn Jon. Didn't no one say Jon? Did no one suggest Jon who should be king? Oh, who do you think should be king? Oh, I don't know. Perhaps the main kind of character that we've been following throughout the story, who's only come back from death, fought off the White Walkers, the Wildlings, you know, just like, you know, survived the Battle of the Bastards, you know, just like, oh, I don't know, perhaps only the, like, guy who was raised as a son by the most honourable guy, Ned Stark, in the goddamn series. Oh, what? You don't think he'd make a good... Oh, what? And he's actually got the blood of the bloodline who was the original kings before Robert's rebellion. You know, because that was a rebellion, so any other chain of line after that really is kind of treason, I guess, right? I don't know, people say, like, you know, it's treason depending what side you join or what side wins or whatever, but, you know, to me, Jon Snow makes sense. Right? Right? Yes, they want to subvert expectations and all that, but, you know, you still got to have a good story at the end of the day. See, I feel better now. I feel like I'm getting it all out. I feel my heart rate's chilled out. And, yeah, just overall, hugely disappointed. Jon Snow, alright, we're not changing anything. The anger's coming back. The anger is coming back. I'm not allowed to change nothing. So Jon Snow basically ends up the fucking bastard that he started as. The fucking end. What the I thought I was alright. I thought I made it. I thought I got to the end of the video and it was all out. Love you, bye.